Hello everybody, my name is Richard, and in this video I'm going to pour out my heart a little bit and talk about why Hermitcraft Season 7 was pretty life-changing for me, and also how I found it just at the right time as I was healing and recovering basically from being in a cult. And what better place to present this video than the Hermitcraft Season 7 world itself. It's actually a little bit strange being here, it's a little bit surreal, but I thought, well, let's walk around the Hermitcraft Season 7 world and talk about some of these things. So to explain why Hermitcraft Season 7 was so important to me, I had to give you a bit of a backstory. I say so important, pretty much life-changing. It probably carried me through a very, very difficult time in my life, and it was just really special and important. I'm autistic. I've had a very, very difficult time in my life trying to function in friendships and relationships, and also get employment and keep employment. And unfortunately, because of some of these vulnerabilities, I ended up falling into what I describe as a cult, a quite controlling, manipulative church group, where I was groomed effectively. They tried to take control over my life and relationships, and I was manipulated out of a lot of money and basically left an emotional wreck effectively. And then unfortunately what happened after that is I fell in with another bad church group that convinced me that all of my hobbies and interests were potential gateways for horrible things to come into my life. And when I say horrible, they convinced me that there were a number of doorways in my life to let demons in. And I ended up incredibly confused, mentally distressed, and confused about who I was, what the world was about, and where I fit in with things. The beliefs that they put in you go deep. They really get in your head. So sadly, whilst in that state, I thought all of my hobbies and interests were bad and wrong, and I got rid of everything, anything fantasy or magic related, or anything that was even vaguely could be linked with anything spiritual. So I got rid of all of my Harry Potter books, Harry Potter DVDs, and any movies that were even vaguely linked with anything spiritual I got rid of. And I somehow managed to convince myself that all my games consoles were wrong and bad for me, and all because of some really bad spiritual teaching. And in a moment of vulnerability, I didn't really understand what was happening to me, and I was manipulated a lot. So my whole identity was stripped bare effectively, and I was becoming mentally quite unwell. I was very, very depressed. My self-esteem was catastrophically low, and I was just really, really struggling. So everything that was important to me, my hobbies and interests, gaming, all of that was stripped away, all the movies I liked, and I just kind of ended up with effectively nothing, and psychologically nothing, and practically nothing. I didn't have many possessions left anymore because I was told that they were inviting demons into my life, and I ended up just immensely unwell and depressed and very, very, very confused. If you want to know more about this, by the way, I did a show with the BBC about some of this, and I'll put a link in the comments if you want to listen to it. I just got out of these horrible situations, and I had no games consoles anymore or money, and very kindly my brother gave me his PlayStation 4 to play on and a television. So I started playing on, I saw a demo for Minecraft actually, and I thought, I've never really played Minecraft, people talk about it a lot. This is almost 5 years ago. I was very unwell, very confused. Everything that was important to me in my identity had been lost because I'd been told that I was inviting evil into my life. And unfortunately, when I got involved with some of that stuff as well, I was convinced that I deserved all this treatment, that I'd brought all this cult behaviour into my life, and it was all my fault. Because I was told that, all this was all demons, and they were allowed to do this because of all the sin in my life, and because I was, effectively a bad person. So I thought the cult involvement was all my fault, and being groomed was my fault, and was really ashamed and low. So the first thing I did, I got the Minecraft demo, and I played the demo, and I was like, oh, I feel free playing this demo. I'm not being manipulated, I'm not being controlled, I can be created. creative, and I thought, I'm gonna buy this game. I'm gonna buy it. I just remember this amazing feeling, just feeling free. It felt safe. It felt like I could just do what I wanted to do. And I spent hours and hours and hours building my own little area, kind of like, well, it wasn't actually anything. I built just loads of random, just completely random builds that didn't even match. But I spent hours on it and I just felt really happy and free. And it was the first time I'd felt that in years, because I've been in 3 different situations where I've always been controlled and manipulated. Anyway, fast forward a couple of years. I went to university, I studied, and at this point I'd never really lived on my own before. And because I'm autistic, developmentally I was quite delayed, you know, a little bit behind other people. And so I moved out and got a job, and I moved out to the other side of the country. I love these towers, by the way. I moved out to the other side of the country, and it was the first time I'd ever really lived on my own. And it was a bit scary and it was very stressful. So it's the first time I'd ever had a full-time job, first time I'd lived on my own. And then lockdown hit and I moved to a city where I didn't know anybody and I was just on my own every day. Up until that point, I've been enjoying like pixel risk videos and a few YouTubers, but I'd not really fully immersed myself into the YouTube world. So I started watching old Hermitcraft Season 6 videos and I thought, oh wow, these are really fun to watch. But it was during lockdown that Hermitcraft Season 7 hit. And I've got to be honest, it probably carried me through that time. I was very, very lonely. And all of a sudden, when I watched Hermitcraft, I felt like I was part of this community of people and friends, even though, of course, I didn't know them and they didn't know me. But I think one of the things I realised about Minecraft is it's not just a game. It's the friendships, it's the creativity, it's the community, it's everything. And especially Hermitcraft Season 7, where we were all in lockdown, it really helped carry me through and inspired me in many, many ways. Because, you know, up until that point, Minecraft was just this game you played and there's some fun YouTube videos and you could be quite creative. I didn't realise that you could build massive, massive builds in Minecraft. I didn't realise anyone even did that. I'd seen lots of little survival guides and guides on how to play Minecraft, but it never occurred to me that you could go to the lengths and put in so much time and effort into a build. But really, that's a bit of a footnote, really. Hermitcraft Season 7 basically helped me survive and put my life on a different track. When you're in a cult or a religious situation, what happens is things that are really important that are part of your identity, hobbies and interests, they get labelled as sinful or wrong or trivial, and you end up losing them, and then in the process you end up losing your identity. What Hermitcraft Season 7 did for me is help me realise who I am. I am a gamer, I am creative, I'm a geek, and I like other geeks. And, you know, being in a geeky gaming community is okay. So that was how my very small YouTube channel started. Hermitcraft Season 7, for me, you know, people look in and think, oh yeah, it's just a bunch of people playing games. And it's like, it's not. What it's about is community, creativity, people's individuality and identity being kind of celebrated. It was a place for me where people are having fun and being themselves. So that is why Hermitcraft Season 7 changed my life. I mean, I still watch it now. I still love it. But Season 7 carried me through a difficult time and helped me realise who I am again. You know, what I'd been through made me lose myself. It made me lose my hobbies. But, you know, I got into Minecraft. That was the start. But Season 7 helped me realise and celebrate the fact that I am a geeky gamer. And that's okay. Anyway, just thought I'd share that with you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.